guys are live.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah.
Oh! I'm ready right this moment. Hello and welcome
to Cleric Talk.
I was gonna say games. I almost messed up there.
I heard you. It's okay. So I am Cindy Munoz, also known as the High Priestess 710.
And I'm Michael Gramling, also known as Michael Gramling, aka Michael Gramling, or by my other name, Michael Gramling.
I'm gonna kick you.
I think you. So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Cleric games. We are talking about us today. A little self-indulged. Well, I guess a little self-centered of us, but hey, you know.
Well, we've been asked several times, like, what is Cleric games, or like, what do we even do? Because we were somewhere over the weekend.
Yes, over the weekend we were at the Washington Summer Con at the Puyallup, or Washington State Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Also
yes.
Known as. And we had a blast. It was great times. We were around amazing people. We got to be next to the what were they called? The Star Wars.
It was the ultimate Star Wars experience.
No, it was really amazing. They had a bunch of stuff set up, and we got to see some celebrities come in through there. And I mean, it was pretty impressive props, and they had it all set up so that you can go around and take pictures. And my favorite celebrity was Chewbacca.
Oh yeah.
Chewbacca came through, and that was awesome. Considering he's my ultimate favorite in all the Star Wars.
That was pretty rad.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, and then next to us was also a quarter. It was an arcade.
Yes, there was an arcade.
Mm-hmm.
The arcade my son spent most of his time at.
Yeah, spent most of all of the money.
Yeah, he definitely came asking all the DMs. They asked $5. We used to say I had a lot of people to pay back.
Yeah, I don't know what game.
I still owe money too.
But that was really cool. It was really enjoyable DMing amongst the sounds of like Star Wars and arcade games. So that was fun for me. I enjoyed the ambiance. And
then upstairs they had LAN parties going on, in which he spent the other half of his time at. My son.
They had a Minecraft LAN party that I didn't get to attend, but I really wanted to go.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
It's okay. One of these days we'll play it.
We'll have to.
You'll love it.
I've tried it before, so we'll see how much you can maybe convince me to love it.
Yes. It all begins with chicken.
Yes.
And a shovel.
It's a pick, I thought.
No, we only use shovels in this game.
Then it might get interesting.
No, it'd be terrible.
No, dang it.
So we were at Washington. It was the Washington State Summer Con 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We DM'd all day for about 2 days. Got to see a lot of new faces. Met a lot of cool dudes and dudettes. And we also did a premiere of Collateral Damage, which is a game that we're helping bring to life.
Yeah, it is an amazing game. I mean, you can literally make it into anything. Mm-hmm. I can't wait till we bring it onto the show so you guys can take a look and we can play it live.
Yeah, more to come. Mm-hmm. Collateral Damage. So no spoilers for now. Information incoming soon. Let's see. So we did that over the weekend. Also, apologies for the delay today. It was our water was turned off. Why we need water to live stream? Well, it's the lifeblood of the internet.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was a little late because of my hair.
It looks fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. If you guys want to know where I get my hair done, I go to Angelo Mendy in Tacoma. His name, you can find him on the internet as Hair by John Erickson.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he does such a great. He's been doing my hair for almost like 2 years.
What's the name of the color in your hair?
I have sweet mint and teal. I don't remember the exact name for the teal of theirs. I just know it's teal, but sweet mint is the specific name, and it's Matrix. I don't know why I'm shooting that one out. I know that matters to people. Yes. It is Matrix Vivid Hair Color, which is I've been using it since they've been sampling it out, and I've been one of the test dummies that he uses, and it's always came out pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
So this episode, so we're talking about ourselves, but every week I think we try to make our stream better every week and improve in little ways we can. And today we are going to attempt to practice engaging with the audience. So throughout the stream, please leave questions, comments, things that we can kind of respond to and get some practice going with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why the subject is us, Cleric Games, because we figured it'd be the easiest place for you guys to kind of have an open forum to ask us anything, ask us questions about the company. I'll talk, we'll start the story of how we began. And it started from long, long ago. And if I miss anything, please ask and we will answer as best as we can. So I guess the best place to start is from the beginning, yeah?
Yes, set the scene.
Well, it all started on one summer afternoon. Anyways, about 2-3 years ago, originally what it was is that Joshua, the Cleric, and I, we many years ago started a cannabis brand when we were working in the medical industry of the cannabis side of it. We started a brand called Cleric, and it was supposed to be for healing and all this kind of what a cleric is in a game, you know? He's a healer. What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm practicing looking at the chat. The cleric's like, why do you look like Rufio? Is that the look you go? Yes. Cleric. I wanted to wear a headband and get a mohawk.
No, you didn't. Now the mohawk is totally making that up. Because then I would have totally approved that. I'd be like, yeah, shave it all off on the side.
Next week, tune in for Mohawk Michael. That's going to be my new name.
Yeah, but you got to maintenance it.
It's going to be egg whites.
Okay, I'm impressed.
And starch and corn. What is it?
Cornstarch?
Cornstarch. Thank you. I was like corn syrup. Yes. It'll be sweet.
Yeah. Well,
sorry. Continue.
So, as we used the brand name, we kind of took it into the recreational eventually. We were like, you know what? We want to package our own stuff and kind of get that going. And in the process of doing that, about 2 years ago, I tuned in to watch the Stream of Annihilation by Dungeons and Dragons on their Twitch. And I was just amazed by what was going on in the community. I wasn't really aware of it at the time. Actually, it was about 3 years ago, not 2 years ago. It was probably say 3. Mm-hmm. About 3 years ago, and I was really amazed by what was going on. And for me, it was something that I saw as like maybe a marketing tactic, something that we could tie to the brand, that we can maybe package things to kind of go with your homebrew game or something within our stuff, and maybe getting to do a live show and kind of advertising somewhat the brand. And as we went into it, that was kind of what the original intent was. It was kind of to get that aspect of how can we fit cannabis and gaming, because there wasn't very much of that going on, like advertisement. It was more like, hey, yeah, you know, graffiti signs and stuff. And it was like, that wasn't appealing to me and to a lot of the people that I knew that weren't that type of style and like into that. Or like the hottie toddy, like super high end gold trimming, like cream colored, like coffee shop style stuff, you know, like you wanted something a little bit more playful, but yet still kind of geared to, again, the gaming aspect of it, you know? And so we went out looking for a camera guy to help us start this show, like Critical Role or something, you know, like, or Maze Arcana, like trying to get something together where were going to come and sit down and kind of goof off and get stoned and play Dungeons and Dragons. And that led to a Craigslist post that Josh had put up, which I don't even remember. So I'll leave that to him.
So I, yes, it was a culmination into a Craigslist ad. And at the time, as I was surfing for work, I came across this ad, and the headline was, "Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? And do you like to smoke weed? Well, I've got a job opportunity for you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, click." And upon like further reading, the word usage really sounded like a one night stand kind of. Like it was like, "Come meet me and we'll talk about stuff." And, it was, I mean, I decided to reply. And just like, well, I have some skills. I can hold a camera, and I can I can edit things and do some graphic design, and so I got a message back, and I was going to meet Josh at a bar, and that also added to the whole like one night stand aspect. But he was busy. I think Zeke was sick. I think because I didn't meet up with Josh.
Now, mind you, this bar is a very well-known place of people meeting for business type of situations. It's a very comfortable. It's like a brewery, so like you go there and they have their own area of food that you go and order from, and then you go to the bar to get the drink. And a lot of business people meet here. But I could see how, like, if you've never been there.
No.
Yeah, I could see if you've never been there, like, how it'd be like, wait a second.
The outside of the bar looks like a warehouse.
It was very creepy.
A little bit. Like
now I look back and I'm like, wow, how creepy are.
I wore my Sunday's best for you. I think I wore a button-up shirt and.
You did. You dressed up. You fooled me.
Oh yeah. So I think Zeke was sick, so I didn't get to meet with Josh. And so I'm texting him as I'm walking into this warehouse death trap that I've never been in before. And he was like, "You're gonna meet with Cindy." And I'm like, "Okay." And he was like, "Just look for the hot girl with colorful hair."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You said that?
Yeah. I saved the message. And I was like.
It made it even creepier. Like it just keeps leveling up to the creepy.
I need glasses.
I can't put him in charge of anything.
I need glasses. So I'm literally squinting around the whole time, looking for people with colorful hair.
No, you're looking for a hot chick, which is totally like, that.
I'm just like, I can't. So, but I eventually saw you at a table, and I sat down and I introduced myself. I was like, "Hello, my name is Muggle. Pleasure to meet you." I don't know if I should.
My name is Muggles. Nice to meet you.
My name is Muggles. And we sat and we started kind of discussing your like the dream and the idea and kind of where you wanted to take everything. And I thought it was brilliant, and I was on board 100%. And then it went downhill from there.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then from there, a lot of growth came since then.
Yes.
I would have to say. So from there, we then got a group of people together. We went through, I don't know, how many, like, takes of videos before we were like,
right.
Work. I think we did like two separate season style things that never saw the light of day. 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 then, okay? That never will ever see the light of day.
Yeah, no, because, we kicked off, so the first video project that you had in mind was doing something similar to Girls Guts Glory. So
yes, I love their production type of style. Mm-hmm. I like how they were always dressed up. And it was a very dramatically made. You know what I mean? That's I like that. I like the being able to watch people play, but feeling like it's still like a movie kind of a deal without going full on movie. Like that, I don't know. I really like their style.
So we did. Yeah, we casted We casted a couple of people. We met some other peoples, and yeah.
Some have come and some have gone, or stayed and gone.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I have never shot a full production series or TV show or anything like that, so it was really new for me. And so the first time we shot it we shot it on iPhones. That's what we had done the first time. We casted it. We had everyone together, and we literally shot it on iPhones. And I think we had 3 of them going. But the problem is that
the people.
No. That and the phones only had about 30 or so gigs of memory space. So we could shoot for about 30 minutes, then we had to stop completely. And then there was like a 2-hour download time. So like we would do a part of it for about half an hour, pause for a long time, then do part. And so like that really messed up with stuff. That was a contributing factor to why the first 4 shoots didn't really happen. But we continued with it. We did some recasting, met some wonderful people, and along the way, we also worked on becoming like who Cleric Games is now is the Pacific Northwest like lead organizers for not all, but basically every convention up in Washington.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay, we didn't talk about the name of the group.
No, we didn't.
It's called Critless in Seattle.
Yeah.
Which, that was also one of those situations where I made a list of names, and I freaking hate this name. I hate Critless in Seattle, and the whole group is like, yeah! I'm like, oh, it was a joke! Like, I was totally kidding! I hate it! I was like, it's great! And I'm like, oh, I tend to do that a lot. I shoot myself in the foot a lot with you guys. Like, I'm like, oh, it's funny. And they're like, no, it's perfect. And I'm like, oh, no, it's a total joke.
I think we had a huge list of possible names.
Yeah, we did.
Some of them were not as good as others, but
yes.
Critless in Seattle kind of stuck. Oh, and you can watch it. We have it. We shot it and we did it.
There is one up.
Yes.
There is one up.
There's an entire, it's season 1.
Is it great? No.
Well,
I guess it's in the eye of the beholder.
It is.
I'm very self-criticizing. I mean, that I will say. Everything could be better.
Everything could be better. I'm
that person.
We're, oh, hey, look. Yeah, we have the link in the chat.
Oh, link is in chat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenobi.
Give it a listen to, a watch. After doing so, we are much more prepared for season 2, which we are working on.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got the cast together, we've got the script together, we've got the studio together, and the only thing left is to kind of find time in our busy schedules to shoot it.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part, is coordinating everybody together.
It is.
Yeah.
Casting is its own demon. Yeah.
Casting and timing.
Okay.
That's what I meant with timing, is like getting everybody's schedule.
I'm just clumping it together into a ball of.
Yeah, it's bad. Anyways, so when our biggest event so far and our best event has been our very first event.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So we do the show.
We do a show.
And you guys, not I, but you had been reaching out to tons of conventions, the D&D community out here, and just trying to like dip your feet in and like organize some things and get to know people. But you kind of had to like jump in it on our own.
We did, but our biggest one, that was the first one, was Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
That was the one that set it all off for us, because Josh and I had gone, again, during that time, that year before everything really exploded, Josh and I had gone to Renaissance Fair, and we're like, why the hell is Dungeons and Dragons not here to play? Because I was like, Josh, it'd be so much fun to play. And Josh was like, yeah, it actually would be a lot of fun to play. And I was like, why is that not happening? And Josh was like, well, next year we'll make it happen. And lo and behold, we were there the next year, which was it. So far, things have been kind of going that way. Like Josh and either of us will make these calls, and then in like the next year, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like we're really aggressive, like in a good way, but
like in a good way.
You know, like we're just
like you
motivated.
want us to be as well.
Yeah, we're motivated. That's all.
Yeah,
that's okay. And that's good.
Yeah, no, Ren Fair was a blast. Definitely was one of our most successful. That's what put us on the map in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, we put on a pretty damn good show.
Yeah.
I mean, and we were lucky because what we did was Josh and I were very adamant about playing with different DMs that we had opportunities to play with at some of these conventions that we went to. And our really good friend DT, luckily, he was, really supportive too about helping us out with a lot of this stuff. Especially once he saw like what we were willing to put into it and work and see how dedicated we were as much as he was. And we got some amazing DMs, again, that we had already played with at the time, and we invited them out.
I think that's, we had Daniel Salcido.
We had Lo Pierce.
Yeah.
We had, what's Sebastian's last name? Sebastian.
Hesse, he said?
Yeah, Hesse, yes.
It's Hesse?
Yes.
Sebastian. We had the all-star team. Holy cow.
I mean, yeah, we had and then who else? Who else was there? I think that was it.
Those were our primaries.
I think I don't think we really, and then there were some people that started their own tables sometimes at the.
That was the biggest, I loved that. There was a group that was at Ren Fair for the time, and they were like, oh, we play, and we would like to play. Can we play here at one of the tables? And I was like, yeah, go for it. And
I think our now friend Peyton was at that table in that group of friends.
Yeah, she? That's where we met Peyton.
Yes, Peyton was
Peyton
now.
Graves.
I mean, we made so many friends and so many like great people that volunteer for us over and over and over again, because they saw like what we were doing for the community and like how much passion we had.
Yeah.
That like people really saw it at Renaissance Fair, and like there's a lot of people that we have turned into friends because of it. I mean, Renaissance Fair was a really big thing for us, and we really thank Renaissance Washington Midsummer's Fair for the opportunity that they gave us, because if it wasn't for them, I don't think people would have paid attention as much as they do now, when we're willing to put in all this time for these conventions. And it's that main festival that really put us on the map, I think, too. Yeah. I mean, they were like super excited to have us back this year, and we weren't sure if they were going to want us back.
That's true.
Because we were a little bit wild.
I mean, we got maybe 2 noise complaints. However, that's Sebastian's fault.
No, Sebastian did not have any fault.
I'm pretty sure.
Nobody in our.
I'm sure it was Sebastian who had an entire table singing. I don't remember what they were singing.
They were singing some pirate stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not his fault. It
was good.
He was amazing.
It was good.
So much fun. The smiles on their faces, but they figured things out, and they made sure that we were in an area this year that won't make people sad, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't even care.
I don't. Not anymore. I'm over it. I moved on and I've grown from it.
Yeah. Ren Fair. I mean, so we met a bunch of people. We had a huge hit. The love and support from the fair was astronomical. Yeah. I remember learning the secrets. The secret of surviving at the fair is eating pickles.
Yeah, you can get really dehydrated in that place, especially if you're drinking as much as we were. I'm not gonna lie to the people. We don't need to talk about that. What happens in the back? Everybody knows what happens in the back.
We celebrated. We celebrated.
We were celebrating
appropriately.
Yes, we were. No. I mean, and then in the evening is when all bets were off.
Yeah.
But that's another story. I can't even talk about that because I don't think I remember most of that.
I remember all of it. I remember all of it. It was fantastic. It was great. It was enjoyable. We're going there this year. It's in August. It's the first 3 weekends.
3 weekends of August. Yeah.
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 Saturday, Sunday. I believe it's Saturdays and Sundays.
Not
Friday, Saturday, is it?
Yeah, it's like Friday. Yeah, so I'm like, wait a second. Yes, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, not 3 days.
Are you sure?
100%.
That was Friday, Saturday.
No, we would not have survived. Fact check. I'm calling. Okay, if I'm right, you owe me a manicure. No, a pedicure.
We're not doing any bets.
Well, come on.
No.
Let's do a poll. If I'm right.
3rd and 4th, 11th, 7th, 10th and 11th, 11th. I'm sorry.
That's right, Kenobi-san. It's Saturday, Sunday.
I think there was one day where it's a 3-day because it was a holiday.
Is it? Ooh.
Well, I could be wrong about this year.
Oh no, Josh, we don't need to talk about that. No.
Oh, what did you want to bring up? Tell him about. Oh!
No.
Let me tell you. We don't need to talk about that.
No, we don't need to talk about that.
So that's we're getting prepared for that.
Yeah, you're right. It's 2 days
this year.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to.
We got Northwest Pirate Festival coming up, correct?
Yes.
That is our next big event that I believe we are going to be at with our D&D's ALs, Adventure League, for those of you that don't know what
for the League of
Adventurers.
Maybe this time I will spell adventurers correctly on our stuff. Please. You hired me for my face, not my spelling.
Oh. But see, there he goes with his suck it again, dude. Trying to bring out stories that we don't need to talk about.
No. Well, actually, in a future episode, we will revisit what it was like on our first event, because that's a whole hour-long episode in itself.
Because not only is there the daytime of things that happen, but there is a whole another segment of life that goes on at night, because once Renaissance Fair closes, they keep a tavern open, and if you are over the age of 21, you get to stay at the tavern until, 2 o'clock in the morning, I believe it is?
Something like that. And
then the adventure back to the vehicles or camping sites is where a lot of the story, it's...
Spoiler alert. Cleric games were actually all dragons.
That's right.
This is a facade. We're actually dragons, but only in the moonlight are we
and we're all missing our tails.
We are
of them.
Help me find my tail.
But
I can't believe we'll have to. It was wild and crazy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother streaming.
You still have your.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I don't know where mine's at.
Absolutely.
I have to find it.
You have to find yours?
Yeah. I washed it.
Typical
and I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure Katie hid it from me. That's another story.
So that it won't get messed up?
Probably.
Well, I hope she did. That's a good girlfriend right there.
That's fair.
She knows you better than you know yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Does anybody have any questions? We'd love to hear and read questions.
Your question. Let's see. So what else do we have? So it was our first event.
Oh, we really want to thank Zulu's gaming board shop. Is that what it is?
Zulu's Board and Game.
There you go. Yeah. What is it? We're at Zulu's
Board Game. Game board.
No, we messed that up again.
Oh no!
Listen, Buffle.
Right.
Just look up Buffle and Zulu's,
yeah,
and you will find it. And they're, again, amazing supporters of Cleric Games, which we can't thank them enough. Their facility, amazing facility. If you are looking to get your buzz on and get some delicious food and play some amazing games with your friends, then Zulu's is the place to be.
We'll in a future episode we will actually be visiting Zulu's.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I've spoken with the owners, and they are very supportive, and they have ideas and things and whatnot. Speaking of updates,
Yeah.
it's not this Tuesday, it's not this Monday, but the following Monday.
What?
Monday the not locked in stone yet. Ignore everything I just said.
Rewind.
I read it so we.
I do.
Thank you.
I love you. The
so-
body.
So Renaissance was our first big event, put us on the map, and then since then we've organized for quite a few other conventions.
Yeah, which Josh is asking a great question. JW said, "What do each of you do at the conventions?" That is a good question. What do we do at these conventions?
You start.
Well, normally at the conventions, I run a lot of the admin stuff. So explaining what Adventure League is to people that come up and ask, people that are asking about characters, I explain how the character process works, like I've done in the previous episodes with you guys. We explain how the sign up goes or what the games are about. Giving them just general information and signing people up. Then also sometimes we have a vendor table, which the vendor table is what helps pay for a lot of what we do at these conventions also, for like the printouts and everything that we do, because we make sure that wonderful Mikey, the work that he goes and does at the printing shops and sends out to them, then wonderful Josh opens up the checkbook and pays all that off. And so some of this vending that some of these conventions will allow us to do pays off for that. So we do, people will volunteer to work the sales table also.
Also, by the release of Baldur's Gate, we're trying to get you to DM.
Yeah, I wasn't going to claim that yet because I have not done so yet at these conventions, but that is something that you would, Mikey does that.
Little unknown fact, Cindy's DM'd for us before.
I have. I had never finished the game.
No, we never got to finish, but I will let everyone here know. A little too.
In the hotel room.
But Cindy is a remarkable DM.
I like doing voices and stories. I like to do. I pretend that I'm reading my kid a story at nighttime, at bedtime, and like I get ridiculous. So at least I think it's ridiculous. They think it's fantastic. I guess
I would if I were to categorize your DMing style, I would put it in unconventional. And the only reason why I say that is you have a really strong way of pulling your life experiences, and there's this Cindy there's this Cindy in your head that just talks sometimes, and I don't know if you realize it, but she's very smart, quick, and witty. And I'm really excited to get Cindy DMing. Well, at least, I mean, you are a good DM. You're just not comfortable doing it yet.
I'm not. Yeah, my confidence is not there because I've only been playing the game for now almost 2 years. I feel like there's so much lore and rules and stuff like that I feel like if you're gonna DM, you got to be prepared, and that's where my lack of confidence comes from, is the lack of being prepared.
Well, we'll break you of that. You don't need to know anything ever.
Put me in, coach. No!
He said, put me in the game.
But yes, that is the plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one of the things that we do at the convention, is DMing is one of the big things that we do look for volunteers for, which I have not, but you have.
Yeah.
And you were wonderful.
Well, I want to keep talking about you.
No.
There's one more thing. So you also work the merchandise kind of area.
Yes.
And there's a product that you're very passionate about that we sell. Can you tell me about this product?
Yes. So.
She said,
just kidding.
Do you need lotion? Do your hands get dry when you're rolling your dice?
No, I'm a big passion for dice. It's kind of a sick addiction. I have a very addictive personality and have had some bad things in the past, so I guess out of all the vices I may have ever had, this is probably the least problematic, but it has now turned out to be the most expensive one.
A little bit.
Yeah, it is definitely a passion. I collect other companies' dice, but now I'm also starting to collect my own company's dice.
Yeah.
I am opening up a little store through Cleric Games that I'm going to be calling the High Priestess Emporium. And it's going to be dice. And the dice are going to be named after cannabis strains. So when you see them in the packaging and however they may look, yes, it is exactly what you think they are. Mm-hmm. But it is definitely something I'm working on, designing our own personal ones with the spider logo for the High Priestess on the D20, whereas other people have their own things, but mine will be the spider, which aside from Tabaxis, the Drow is probably one of my absolute favorite races in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
You guys don't
I have
know
to pay
this.
Homage to it.
Cindy is also a huge fan of R.A. Salvatore. Like that's like one of your heroes.
Yes, one of my author heroes definitely is R.A. Salvatore. I've read a lot of books, but his books definitely have touched me in a certain type of way that has made me cry and laugh and scream in excitement. I mean, I've never had an author that has made me feel so much in like such a short period of time within reading of it. Like, oh my God, from one chapter to another, it's like an emotional, exciting roller coaster. And definitely the Drift line is probably my ultimate favorite. I have a lot of personal IRL comparisons to like some of his characters that I've found a lot of similarities to that have helped me bond to the stories more. Mm-hmm. And I think that's definitely where a lot of my passion for the Drow come from. So
if you're watching this and you know how to get a hold of R.A. Salvatore, let them know that we have a fan, and we would love for her to meet him. From my knowledge, R.A. Salvatore has been a huge impact in your life, and especially with my dad passing, there's a lot of things that a lot of the things that he does, like the little mini monologues and stuff like that of Tris, that have helped me through some really hard feelings. Mm-hmm. That's pretty amazing. I haven't read much of R.A. Salvatore's stuff. That of which I have, I think he's a fantastic author.
I would say that probably a lot of the DM style that I'll be kind of rolling out is kind of like how JW's DM style, which is very R.A. Salvatore inspired. Mm-hmm. It's like when you read his books or listen to them in audio, it's literally like a certain type of way of describing things so that you can really play it out in your mind. And I think, and it reminds me a lot of just a really good DM when they sit at a table and they kind of play it out for you, like you expect to be feeling a story, and that you're part of that story. And that's kind of what R.A. Salvatore makes me feel like when I read his stuff. Like I feel like I'm playing a game, but not playing the game. You know what I mean? Like it feels like I'm part of it.
I feel it. I think if I recall correctly, R.A. Salvatore helped write or did write Out of the Abyss. I believe that's the module that he worked on, and I've read Out of the Abyss, and it's a totally different book and writing style from some of the other adventures that I've gotten to piece through and read, and I love it. It's phenomenal. I'm a huge fan.
Okay, so I'm reading in the chat, and Katie says that one of her favorite sets of dice is actually from us.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Which one is that? You gotta know since
it's my favorite set too.
Which one?
It's Hindu Kush.
I know, they look like jade style dice.
Yeah, they're
beautiful.
So sweet.
Yeah, they're really pretty. Thank you, Katie. And then Joe says that he knows a lot of people that would love weed themed dice. I know a lot of people too. That's why I think I'm gonna stick with it. So I have gotten some negative from people, but hey, you're gonna get negative.
Look, come on.
Life happens, not everyone's gonna like it, not everyone's gonna hate it, but it's okay. So, but
See, I'm trying to think what else about you can I just start bringing up. So we've got the dice, all right,
Oh,
Salvatore.
and Fritz, yes, you know that the puppy is definitely named after somebody from the Drift stories. That
Oh yes, tell us please.
Mushi is named Montolio de Brochet. He is one of the characters that kind of is the first like above ground humans that kind of gives Driss like the okay that it's to be different and doesn't judge him for being a drow, and like teaches him about Maliki and like being a ranger, and Maliki is the deity of nature, and she's like this amazing deity, and so like Driss really learns a lot from Mushi. He is blind in the story.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. But
Mushi runs around like
he's a super old man in the story. But as far as I remember, Mushi is not blind when he talks about like when he was younger. Like, so I can't remember what happens to him right now, right off rip, because that was books ago. But yeah, so I mean, and I'm reading right now A Starless Night, which Driss goes back to Mushi's grove. Like he ends up going back on this. Read the books, but he goes back and like he encounters a unicorn, which he thinks is like a gift of Maliki, and like it's amazing. I was crying, and yes, my puppy was named after Mushi, because Mushi was born on my dad's birthday and was sired from my dad's dog, and my dad, as we all know, has passed away. So Mushi's really special, so I wanted some sort of connection. I didn't want to name him Zach because that's who my dad reminds me of, but I did want to name something that was really special in some form of connection, at least for me. So that was the connection. Okay.
So cute. Let's see. What else? So we have.
Oh, that is really cool.
What do we got?
Kirk wrote, "Are there Driss-inspired dice?" I have not done that yet, and you know what? I think I might do something like that. Maybe find some lavender and like silver or something. You know what I mean? Like that would be really cool.
So
that would be really cool.
When we first started the dice adventure, Cindy transformed into the most stylistic person I've ever met. Like you were pulling out colors and like
I'm all Pantones. You guys know about Pantones?
We have to have this and this. Bring me my pen! And you were just like going off. I was like, how does this look? Wait, never mind. Some of this. And
I turned into like a digital designer.
You were the devil who wears Prada.
Oh,
in those regards.
Thank you.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, dice, again, is a really big thing for me. They really inspire me artistically for some reason. Like, I can grab one and like I'll grab flashlights and like look through it. And then like I like getting black lights to see what kind of colors come out of that. I mean, they're just so cool. And then when you see people who like, that's my next venture, is to do the handmade ones, like get my own silicone cute like moldings and stuff like that, which I already have, which ones I'm gonna get. And they are, I've seen some amazing things from people, and it's so inspiring. I mean, just getting to see some cool ideas, and it's like, oh, you know, like I've seen one with hops in them. I'm like, wheat seeds would be great in there. Some hemp seeds, you know. I don't know, and I have a lot of hemp seeds, just hemp seeds, you know.
You know, I got some seeds.
So it's like I'm just there. They don't do anything. They don't grow anything. They're just kind of studs, you know. And I'm like, I can cast them in plastic and be like, hey, oh, you know. So
but their new business.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. Let's see. What else do we have? So we have other people that work for the company. We have. Can we talk about the owner?
Who, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, let's talk about Josh.
Let's talk about
him while he's not here. I like that.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Josh? Go and chat.
Yeah. So you know Josh the best. Which is why you should not talk about him at all. Let's. I mean, I guess I could talk about Josh.
Yeah, I mean, Josh has been playing Dungeons and Dragons since he was, I believe it was middle school, right?
Since he was a wee little lamb.
Since he was a wee lamb, and he had been playing with his friends. He was the youngest of his group, so he definitely always tells the tale about how hard they were on him and how they would kind of like be stickler for certain rules and kind of loosen other ones for themselves, so that Josh kind of was tormented.
There's the DM, if I recall correctly, was like his best friend at the time.
Yes, it was one of his really good friends who has since passed away. His name was Nate, and he's got a lot of fond memories about Nate, and he owes a lot of his passion to the game to Nate, and I think, to me, as his fiance, I feel that that was kind of another reason why I wanted to really push the whole thing of like really merging Dungeons and Dragons, because I could see that it was in pop culture that was kind of pushing in there, and then I felt that cannabis was going to have some room to kind of wiggle into that pop culture part of the gaming aspect of it, and I felt like for Josh that it would be really what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but it would be nostalgic, I guess, for him to be able to kind of bring back something that was going to remind him of his childhood, and that yet he can kind of be proud of and be like, we all made jokes at the table that it would be cool if we could do that, and now he's doing it, you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to push that for him, because, you know, you don't really work when you're having fun, you know what I mean? And so I thought that was really important for us as a family. Like, if we were going to run a business, how are we going to make this fun on top of being able to still make money off of it? And it was really important for me to kind of push that for Josh and all of us.
Josh is also, I would, if I were to put a label on Josh, I would call him the dreamer.
He is. He's got a lot of ideas.
He's definitely... He
puts a lot of eggs in his basket.
He really does. And
as a team, we try to reel it in. We are very open about, like, okay, what could we all do? And now that Ben's part of the team, like, well, okay, now there's more of us. So what can we do to really make his dreams happen? And we really try.
When
right?
we were doing Ren Fair, like, we had a canopy that was like 20 by 40, I think, 20 feet by 40 feet. We had a huge area. And when we're first sitting down and discussing, okay, this is what I wanted, this is our project for Ren Fair, it was like, all right, we're going to get 7 of these tents. We're going to build an entire thing. We're going to get food vendors. And
he had big plans.
Yes, huge plans.
It was like a mini Cleric con inside of Ren Fair.
It really was. And literally, I think the only thing that limited us was the fact that, like, when we approached, like, okay, we want half of all of the area in the entire space. They're like, you can't have half.
Well, you know what Josh was going off of is that our biggest, what we had a lot of experience in, I would say, is the cannabis industry. And so, like, that's kind of how things went in the cannabis industry, whereas, like, you paid a large amount of money to, like, block off a huge area, and you would drop a tent, and you would, like, have your own thing going on in there, so that people would go from, like, tent to tent, and, like, you were able to have, like, that personal one-on-one experience with them. And they explained to us very quickly that is not how things were ran. So, which is fine, because once we got there and we saw how things were ran, like, we were super happy with what was going on. And it was kind of easier for us for our first time to kind of bite that off. But they were kind of like, no, this is how you guys want to run things. We're like, oh, okay. And they were really awesome about it, I would have to say. I mean, they were really supportive. If we would ask them, they were really open about answering questions like, is this okay? And we would send pictures, and they were like, yes, no, yes, no.
Definitely not.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, and that's always, we had big respect for them, and we wanted to make sure that things went really well with that. And again, Josh, being the dreamer, made a lot of what he wanted and what they felt comfortable with happen. So, Josh,
we'll have an episode where you guys will actually get to sit and, like, we'll have him on camera.
Yeah, you guys will get to meet Josh here soon. He's not here. He lives 4 hours away.
He's currently keeping everything afloat.
Yes.
That's what Josh is doing right now. And while he's not here today...
That is Josh's job, I think.
Josh's primary job is to keep things floating.
Yes.
Yes. He's our buoyancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's when one of us feels like we're drowning, he's like, God damn it, hold on, let me fit this in everything else I'm doing. But, you know, he's amazing.
Yeah. So shout out to the boss. I mean...
One for the home. No, that's something different.
That's
Never
something.
mind.
So Josh, we'll have him on here. You guys will meet him. He's unforgettable.
Oh yeah, Josh is all. He wants me to shout out Pay Money Wubby because he wants me to say that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, if you guys get to know me, I tend to talk a lot in person about this guy named Pay Money Wubby, who's like one of my ultimate favorite Twitch streamers, who kind of inspired me for this. Like a lot of the things that we're doing is kind of inspired by like kind of what he does.
You always send me things like you should watch this. I never watch.
I know you never watch it, but you should if you don't. Apparently you don't like laughing, so that's okay.
I hate
that's
laughing.
fine. You don't want to laugh, that's fine.
Laughter's my least favorite thing.
I like laughing, so I watch Pay Money Wubs.
Let's see. So I mean, honestly, there's a lot to really talk about with Josh. But I think we're gonna move on. The next person we have is Ben Kenobi.
We'll talk about Ben.
We shall talk about Ben.
Ben has came onto the came onto the team. I would say about 5 months ago? April, May.
It was shortly after Emerald City Comic-Con.
Okay. Yeah, so we first met Ben through some of the play testing that we did. Again, DT, amazing guy, who has introduced us to a lot of amazing people. Shout out DT. So, you know, when you got a name like that, you know, that's
he always messes with me though, all the time.
Oh, but that's what he does. Oh my gosh, he messes with everybody. That's just DT.
He's like the grandfather of
Adventure League Seattle. You know what I mean? He's like the papa.
He kind of is
the papa.
He's the one who gave us blessings to continue forward on.
Yes. I mean, it was very much so like that. Like he was the top of the food chain, and he wanted to back out a little bit because he had some personal things going on with work and stuff, and he was like, who am I going to trust to be able to take care of these things and have as much passion as I do? And he divvied things out to people, and we were one of those that he had divvied out the responsibility and let everybody else know, like, hey, I'm going to give the blessing of them.
The blessing.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, like the Godfather, you know, and that's okay. And that's respectful. And Ben was in charge of ECC, and Ben reached out to us to collaborate with him because he had seen some of the work that we did, and we were glad to help him out, and we came, and it was an amazing, big experience to take on so quickly. And at that point, we all kind of meshed together, and we're like, we need to be a permanent thing. So it's like going out on a date, you know, and then you're like, we need to make this like permanent, and like I want
to like move your stuff into my place.
And yeah. I mean, I was waiting for you to ask. I'm so happy, you know. So I mean, that's kind of how it went. And Ben's been doing some great work. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be able to have a lot of the streaming that we're doing right now. Like, this is amazing.
He's our media director.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And he's even helped out with some of the things like with graphics, because sometimes you get a little overwhelmed with some of the things that we ask you to do. And Ben jumps in and can kind of pick up some of that extra responsibility. Just some. But he picks that up, and I mean, it's been, there's how many of us on the team?
There's the core four. That's me, you, Josh, Ben.
That is the core four, and then we have a writing director. We do. Kinda. That is Lo Pierce, and she's done some. She's done a module, right? For
yes. Oh, spoilers! That we have things in the works.
But originally, her original thing is that she was she did a module writing for an Adventure League module.
Season 8.
Yeah, for
Wrinkle in the Weave.
Yes. That was, I believe it was A Wrinkle in the Weave.
Yeah.
And that was for Waterdeep, correct? Yes, that was for Waterdeep.
Yeah.
And it was like part of like a four, wasn't it like a 4-piece or
it was like no, I think they came out in trilogies.
The module she did was a Hero of the Troll Wars.
Oh,
a hero.
Not A Wrinkle in the Weave, a Hero of the Troll Wars.
The Wrinkle times the 3
Yeah, it's like it's like the
that
wrinkle.
must be the part
A wrinkle in the weave was the first part, I believe, wasn't it? I can't remember. That's a lot of things to remember. I gotta remember a lot of things.
Great news. We are in the works of building an AL stream where we will do Wrinkle in the Weave and a Hair of the Troll.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people really playing a lot of Adventure League stuff out there to kind of show you like what's going on, especially during the season, because we want to do it where we're not in season, but then we want to catch up so that we're in season to then do that.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good for people that are like, here's some DMing that you can watch. Here's, if you haven't run the module before and you have to, like, you're coming to an event to DM it, it's a good way to kind of review and check it out. But that's coming soon.
That's a good idea too. Someone wrote, Cleric wrote White Widow seeds in lavender and silver cast. Like a clear lavender and silver casting, like tinted with some like White Widow seeds.
That could be dope.
That would be really cool.
That could be really cool.
That's a nice set, actually. Yeah. Look at the twinkle in my eye. That's getting the wheels.
All I'm thinking about is like, what's the buoyancy of the seeds? Because when you cast it, that's other stuff. Anyways,
well, we can. That comes in the testing of the weighing and all. We'll figure that out later.
Because as soon as we have the Cleric workshop going, we could show everyone the making of dice.
Yeah, that is something that we are working on.
Working title.
Yeah, it's a working title, but it's like a workshop stream that we'll have where there'll be mini painting, there'll be costume making, all kinds of different...
interpretive dance.
No.
No, showing.
What's that?
Are you gonna be the dancer?
Oh my God! You have to be barefoot too, and only in a loincloth.
Also, what?
For your interpretive dance.
I think. Well, you know what? It's happening now. I'm putting my finger on this table, and I declare that I shall do interpretive dance every Thursday.
We'll put like a screen too, so that it's like shadow interpretive dancing. You know what I mean?
We'll come up with a really cool design. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That was like Big Lebowski inspired too.
Funny.
Oh, that was awesome.
I have a really good idea. Wow, thank you for that.
Okay, yeah.
Back to Ben.
Yes, and then we'll move on to Lo afterwards because Josh said big shout out to Lo. So we'll talk about Lo in a second. We'll tell the story of how I met Lo. But yeah, so
media director, we got him on in April.
Ben has been a great source also for finding amazing people. We have
oh my gosh!
Don't talk about it yet, but we've got some great things coming up. I mean, amazing
we
things
have a huge
that have to
project.
do with Magic the Gathering. If you guys are Magic the Gathering fans out there, so we have some things that are in the work, and it's thanks to Ben.
It really is, legitimately is. Ben has been a key.
Ben's gonna
It's Mr. Cheat Code. I think back in the day when
that's
we first
Jedi
met Ben,
power, right?
It has to be. Back in the day when we first met Ben, Josh, it was me, you, and Josh, and we went and we play tested. We met Ben, and I believe we gave him the nickname before we knew him as Mr. Cheat Code.
No, it was after the module you DM'd, and I broke everything in your module.
Yeah,
what
Josh was
DMing?
super sad at Ben when he first met Ben. He's like,
oh yeah, we hated Ben.
He OPs everything, and
Ben
I'm like,
was like,
don't be sad. I was like, don't be sad that someone broke the code and you didn't get that loophole that he figured out.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't be sad.
The first tier 2
and I was saying that because he helped me out and he saved my ass in the game, and I was like, don't be sad at him.
But Mr.
I was
Cheat
a big
Code,
Ben fan from the beginning.
Mr. Cheat Code. I'm a fan of Ben too. I like him as a player because it was like even though he was like dominating, it wasn't like he wasn't like.
It wasn't like
really
obnoxious at all.
Table etiquette.
Yeah,
Don't be
no,
obnoxious.
Ben was never obnoxious about it. Josh was just a hater, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Into the dark.
Into the dark. Oh, that module?
Yeah, and I decided to just
Into the
follow us all down the
Oh,
stairs.
right.
You
That's
just
the one
into
with
the
the
greatness
elevator?
is what you did, bro.
Yeah.
That's what
And then I dropped an adamantine fortress on the end boss.
I was playing my Gnome Ranger, wasn't I? One of the twins? Chip?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was that with Chip and Dale?
That was with Chip and Gale, yeah.
Chip and Gale.
Josh was playing Gale. That was it. Or was it with Esperanza and Humberto?
Yeah.
No, it was Esperanza and Humberto.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, because I remember Humberto was like, I jumped.
Oh, that's right. I was
No, you were Clemente was.
And
then you jumped.
And that's why, yeah, but that's why I think I liked Ben even more that day, because Ben helped me, because Josh left me behind hanging.
Oh,
my character, and I was like, oh, I see.
Okay. You want to play? Okay.
Yeah, my own husband, he's going to leave me behind. That's fine.
That's fine. I don't even care.
El ojo.
Oh.
El ojo, puto. I see you.
Great. I didn't kill him. I didn't kill one of them.
No. He saved my ass.
No. He's commenting on my DM.
Oh, on your DMing? No. I don't think I've played for you for DMing yet, Ben. No.
But then after that, Josh and I were in conversation with DT about doing the charity event for OrcaCon. So that's where we kind of collaborated.
And even
I was a huge OrcaCon was awesome.
Yeah, OrcaCon was great.
I wish I had I have a picture of our charity poster. It looks really good. Maybe we'll get that if you come back later and check us out on YouTube.
I just remembered one of our other events that we did that was really great that we always forget about because it was during a sad time, like when I got back after my dad had died. It was at Elysian. That's how we met a lot of people. I think that's how I met. I want to say that's how I met Scott.
It was Seattle Beer Week.
It was something was going on, but it was at Elysian Brewery at their little inside thing, and we had done an event there.
Yeah.
We have posters for that. We'll have to take a picture of it.
Seattle Beer Week. Yeah. That's what it was. I remember that. They have awesome tables.
That's when I got this sweatshirt.
Yeah. That was a really good event.
Let's see.
Good time.
I think, it was for Elysian. I mean, they were one of our big supporters too at the time. Like we, shout out to Elysian. They have good beer and ales. And again, good people.
I had that
was fun. That was really cool of them to do that, to give us that opportunity. But so now we know about Ben.
Yes.
And now our Ben the Savage, yes he is.
Ben the Savage.
I like that.
Mr. Sheephead.
The next person on our roll call list is Lo Pierce. Lo, I met Lo at the first con I ever went to play at. It was OrcaCon, and it was during the time of Tomb of Annihilation, and that's when I had seen
was it at the Epic?
It was that weekend, that whole weekend.
That weekend?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think I had already played with her once. And then I didn't get her at the Epic. I got Sebastian. That's how I met everybody mostly that weekend. So I met Sebastian that weekend. He was my Epic DM, which he was so adorable in his little safari hat that he was wearing and his little button up like safari looking shirt.
If you guys want to know who some of these people are, check out Critless in Seattle because Sebastian's on there.
The show. Yes, he
is. A lot of the people we're referencing right now are on the show. And they're players, not DMing, but they're fantastic.
Yeah, no, but Sebastian was on my Epic, but Lo, I had played 2 games with her, I believe. Okay. I did like the dinosaur race, and
which
is the one that Rudy Rutenberg had written.
Yes.
Yes, and then I believe I played I think Lo DM the Grung one. It was the one with the grungs and you.
The grung poison.
Yes, I think it was that one. So Lo had DM'd and she's a very quiet. She was really quiet when she talks, but her style is amazing. And since then, she is so amazing that she went and bought herself this little thing that connects to her ear and a microphone.
She's got a little
with what's that?
A
voice amplifier, yes, exactly. And now, she is the loudest voice in the room,
I love
how fantastic.
She sounds really announcery sometimes, and it's my favorite because the room
will
get
quiet. No, you feel like you're on the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland is what it is.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what
it's
it feels
fantastic.
like. Yeah.
Or on the duck ride.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, the duck ride of Seattle. Yes. Oh my God. That's what it feels. And she's
we should do a show on that ride. We should do the duck ride.
I wonder if they'd let us do that.
We should
find out.
We'll
Ben!
We'll get a signal underground, but you probably do the rest.
just have
that would be cool. And under the Seattle Underground, imagine running a game underground too. That would be fun.
That could be rad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so
back to Lo.
Oh, now we're becoming Josh. All the dreams. But Lo, she was amazing, and we had and then later that evening, I played a game with Lo called Amber, I believe is what it called. It was like it's a diceless game, and she was a blast to play with. So then Josh and I were like, we got to get to know this girl, you know? And so we asked her, we had contacted her on social media. She was super cool, super receptive. And then we were like, hey, we have this company, and would you be willing to come and DM at a Renaissance fair and like do all this stuff? And she was super into it. And we had started to become friends with her before the Renaissance fair. And she, I think we also asked her to come and play on Critless. Is what it was. So before we even had to do Renaissance Fair with her, we got to get to know her a little bit more by playing with her on these shows that again will never see the light of day. And
you'll see these will. I'm going to bring them up.
No. And Lo has since then just been one of the driving creative forces of Cleric when it comes to the writing.
Oh,
she is just awesome, and she has so many ideas. And anytime we have any questions about just wizards in general, like she is so helpful. And if she doesn't know, she has led us in the direction of people that we should talk to. Next to like knowing DT, who's also been that kind of force of who to talk to. Lo is awesome.
I think, if I recall correctly, Lo, I don't know if she has a degree or she used to do copyright writing for a couple of companies.
No, I believe she has degrees. I'm pretty sure she went to school and a degree in gaming.
She is awesome. An essential part of our writing projects.
Cleric asked a really good question. Is Cleric Games going to do their own module? Yes.
Yeah.
We are working on a ton of them.
Thank you, Lo, again, for making our dreams come true.
Yeah, Lo is definitely, she's like the main editor and like lead on all these writing projects.
Yeah.
She, we're writing one that is going to be going through the editing process through Wizards itself as a CCC content for Renaissance Fair itself.
Yeah.
The story is great.
Yes.
It's going to use
No spoilers.
No. It's going to star the High Priestess. It's going to star the Cleric. The main character is going to be our son, who is the Phoenix, who that is his middle name, and he is a wizard that we find out about, and he kind of gets into a little trouble being a half-drow. I would see a half-drow getting into some major trouble as a 9-year-old, 10-year-old.
He's literally like himself in the module.
With magic.
Ooh,
that could be trouble. That could be major trouble. And, we'll have to see what happens. You got to come to the Renaissance Fair and come check it out. And I believe it actually will be for
it'll be available for
up on the DM's Guild, right? Yeah. So it'll be available to be played at outside of Renaissance Fair. But if you really want to know what kind of experience to have from it, come and play it at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
Where people...
at the Ren Fair... it's going to be very not interactive. What's that? It's interactive. It's what's the word I'm thinking
Pretty
of?
much a lot of the original people of the Renaissance Fair are in the module themselves. We brought them in to be these characters that are now going to be forever lasting and will live however long the game gets played for. And these people are very well aware that they are part of the module and will kind of be making some appearances as NPCs at the gaming table.
Yeah, they're going to come and cause chaos and mayhem at the...
Yeah, it'll be like an epic without it being an epic.
Yeah.
Which I love that idea.
I know.
It's so good!
It's a standard adventure with some NPCs they get to join.
And, the places that we mentioned about going to eat and stuff like that, and places to go that sell certain goods and wares, you will actually get to go visit them after you play the module.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty fun. And we plan on kind of doing things like that for all of our conventions. That's kind of the plan, isn't it, for Cleric Games? Like our dream is to have any con that we go to that we organize for AL, that we will have something specially written for that.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we will try to have something from Cleric, some sort of module that we think would be fitting for it that we'll have present there.
Yeah. So in the future, we'll have constant releases of modules and content, and our writing team is phenomenal. The creative process that I got to be a part of was remarkable. I mean, I'm excited to run these adventures. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I didn't do any of the writing myself. It was Mikey did a lot of writing, Joshua did a lot of writing, Ben even had to jump in at the last minute to do some writing. Lo did the majority of the rewriting and editing. I had a lot of input. That's kind of where my specialty is. I've got these great ideas that are in there. I just am not good at getting them out. And so
it's the Cindy voice I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, and that's okay because Lo and I are going to be working together. We have something really big that we're going to be working on for Cleric Games that is going to be happening. That will involve the drow.
I don't know the whole story of it. I know the concept of it, and I think it's a really neat concept.
Oh yeah, no, Lo and I have so much stuff that we've been talking about, and we're getting in the process of now calendar preparing so that we can get together and actually sit down and start getting the stuff out on not just like notes and text messages to each other, but actual outlining and getting ready to get it all put onto module form for play.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah. Oh, it is that time.
So any more Mikey DM twists in my life? Oh, I DM quite a bit. Is it my turn?
I think it's professional time.
Is it? Oh yeah.
We didn't talk about.
We didn't talk about good old Mug.
Well, we did at the beginning how we found you.
That's fair.
We could talk about you some more next week.
We will
You talked a lot about me this time, and I did not.
We will discover who I am later.
I think next week would be a fun place to do more of interacting, and then we can, by then I think, have something ready for the collateral damage at that point.
That's a game that Kira Costa, I need to play with him. Holy macaroni. I'm a big fan of collateral damage, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys as soon as we can.
Salcedo, what about Waffy Miller?
Thank you, Salcedo. That is money right there. Everyone, that's my boy.
We gotta talk about Daniel too.
We do.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about Daniel when he comes here. How about that?
Okay.
We'll talk, Daniel, we will talk about you and your involvement with Cleric Games and what is going on with you when you're on the show, because I think that would be even better.
Daniel, I want to talk about yesterday. We shot yesterday, right? I want to talk about what we did yesterday when we get Daniel.
We'll go a little longer if that's okay. Okay, we're going to go a little longer today. We're
what time do we got?
It is 12:40 or 2:45.
Okay.
We'll
go to confessions. Yeah.
Fine, we'll talk about Daniel later. I wanted to hear what happened yesterday. I didn't even get to hear.
I'll show you a video. It's so cute. Oh, I love Daniel.
Oh my God, I love you guys. You hear this? I love when men are like, it's so cute.
It was so much fun.
And I'm surrounded by them, and I'm like the happiest girl ever. So.
That's good. I'm glad that I'm less annoying and I enrich your life. I'm glad. You know what, Cindy? For my confession, welcome to the confessionals. We're moving to confessionals. I would have to say, for my, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I'm very thankful to have you in my life. You've been a blessing and a curse. And I love you. You're really cool, dude.
Thank you, Mikey.
We go to conventions together, and you're kind of the person that I get to hang out with.
We've definitely gone through some roller coasters in personal life.
I've destroyed a lot of your stuff.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, most of it's been on accident.
Like, honestly, like, if life was a video game, and, like, I got a new item of some sort, and I needed to, like, attune it to myself, Mikey would grab it and be like, oh, I attuned it on accident. Was that okay?
I think at Washington SummerCon, I scratched one of your. Oh, the
no.
dog!
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to confess today. I think the pup came in. So.
Have they been playing in the other room? Yeah. So
it's just
you're my friend, and
I'm
sorry, we're having technical issues right now.
I'm sorry.
And we have.
Oh my God. Mushi.
Here's Mushi.
Oh, Zeke. This is the
Zeke,
world.
AKA Phoenix.
Yeah. We spoke a little bit about you.
Yes, I'm the Phoenix.
Yes, the Phoenix.
So.
We have Mushi.
I hope you know. I hope you're noting that.
Oh my God. She's freaking out. Oh.
You see, he gets it from his dad.
I don't know where Ahsoka went.
I think Ahsoka went with Ben.
Probably.
So,
I like that dog too.
So I guess while Ben is out, before we can even.
Oh yeah, now we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, because we can't log out without Ben.
That's fair. So what do you got for me?
My confession. Well, you just put me on the spot. So my confession is, you are definitely my best friend. I'm so glad that you came into my life. And, my son sees you as an older brother.
Stop.
And,
Stop it.
Wow.
Wow.
And, if I'm going to confess, you frustrate the hell out of me, but I love you to death. You are my squishy.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
And I will always call you Squishy because you are my Squishy.
Yes.
And I will love him, and I will squish him, and yeah. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in and checking us out. And we can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you next Thursday.
Tuesday. Tuesday.
We're doing Tuesday.
Sorry guys.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now we stand here and we wait for the goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.